So what we're going to do in the next example is to use some of the things that we've just talked about to graph this parabola. So we have this quadratic, y equals x squared minus 4x plus 8. Now, if I were just to ask you to graph that, create a table of values or something, that could take a little bit. So instead of just randomly plugging in points and doing a table of values, we want to use some of the things that we've been talking about to give us a good idea of what's going on here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find the vertex. Okay, so find that vertex point. It is not in vertex form, so we can't just look at it and see what the vertex is. We're going to use what we just did, x equals negative b over 2a. So our vertex b is negative 4, so negative negative 4 is positive 4, and a is 1. So we get 4 divided by 2, which is 2. So the x-coordinate of our vertex is 2. Now to find the y-coordinate, we just have to plug in. Y is going to be 2 squared minus 4 times 2 plus 8, which turns out to be, I think, just 4. Does that sound right? Yeah. Okay, so we know that we have a vertex at 2, 4. I'm going to go ahead and put that on the graph. There it is. The axis of symmetry. The axis of symmetry always goes straight through the vertex. So our axis of symmetry is going to be x equals 2. So we can just make this little dotted line. There it is. And then the y-intercept. Remember, that's the one nice thing about standard form is it's super easy to see the y-intercept. It's right here. If you forget that, remember y-intercepts happen when x is 0. If you plug in 0 for x, you get 0, 0 plus 8. So 0, 8. So we're going to put that on the graph. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There it is. Now, remember this dotted line that I drew? It's symmetric. Okay, that's our axis of symmetry. So we can reflect this point over here. That was a little sloppy. I admit that. And then that's good enough. Those are enough points for a really nice graph. Okay, there's your parabola, aside from the monster point that I just drew. Sorry about that. All right, let's do the same thing on the next one. We want to use the key features to graph this thing. So first we want to find the vertex. It's not in vertex form, so we're going to use x equals negative b over 2a. So in our problem, b is negative 6. So negative negative 6 is going to be positive 6. And then a is 1. So we get 6 divided by 2, which is 3. So the x-coordinate of our vertex is 3. To find the y-coordinate of our vertex, we're just going to plug in. So 3 squared minus 6 times 3 minus 1, which is going to give us, let's see, 9 minus 18, negative 9, negative 10, I believe. So our vertex is 3, negative 10. Right there. The axis of symmetry is always going to go straight through that vertex. So x equals 3. So make ourselves a dotted line right through there. And then the y-intercept, this is easy. It's 0 something, and it's right there. Okay, if you plug in 0 for x, everything else goes away. So 0, negative 1 is the y-intercept. So here's 0, negative 1. You can reflect that point over here because that's an axis of symmetry. And then that's everything we need to graph. That was not very pretty. All right, we're going to do one last problem about this, and then we'll move on to something else. So the graph of the function f of x shows the profit a company earns for selling headphones at different prices. What is the maximum profit the company can expect to earn? And what selling price will give them the maximum profit? All right, so this function is a parabola, and notice because it's a negative 10 out in front, it opens down. So we have no idea what this looks like. I'm not going to graph it, but we do know that it's a parabola that opens down like this. Okay. What this question is actually asking for is the maximum profit. It's asking for the vertex, okay? This is just another vertex question, just in the form of a word problem. So if we want to find the maximum profit, we need to find that vertex. And the x-coordinate of the vertex is negative b over 2a. So in this problem, b is 700, so we get negative 700 over 2, and a is negative 10. So we get negative 700 divided by negative 20, which gives us 35. Now we need to think about what 35 is. The graph of the function shows the profit for selling headphones at different prices. This is the price of headphones, okay? If you sell them for $35 a piece, that's the selling price, okay? $35 is the selling price. If we want to find what is the maximum profit, that's the y value. So we need to go back to the equation and plug in 35. And that's going to give us our maximum profit. Now, I actually do need a calculator for this because I can't do this in my head. So you're going to pull out your calculator and do negative 10 times 35 squared plus 700 times 35 minus 6,000. All right, and our maximum profit is $6,250 profit.